All right, Jagger here is one of your slalom runs. All right, so I know we're just starting out, some tall poles, so it's kind of new to you. One thing we got to remember is we're looking to clear them, right? Block them, clear them, right? But they will just flop over. We do not have to push them down. We can't push the poles down. They don't need to push them down. Your shin and your hand will just flop them to the ground and you'll ski by them. Because when you push them down with your hand, then you can't pole plant. We got a pole plant. So we want to block or slash clear and immediately plant the pole. You come through here, push it down, and you can't pole plant anymore. There's a pole plant because it was a stubby. So the good news is you're clearing it exactly in the right spot on your ski pole or pole guard, as we talked about, right at the base. We would like to see the pole, your ski pole, held just a little bit more horizontal to the ground, as we talked about. And as soon as that pole, the slalom pole, falls to the ground and you ski right through it with your hand and shin, all you got to do, because the pole's in position, is just drop it with your wrist to a pole plant. But of course, if you push it down, then it makes it pretty hard, right? But the good news is, up here, nice turn, you're turning above, turn shape back to the pole, right? So you're passing the pole with direction done. That's a great job. We'd like to see a little more ankles and knees and a little less just sort of leaning in, right, than that, but overall pretty good line, which is great. Again, turning kind of above, you got yourself outside rise line, shape back. Pretty good job there. Now, another thing we got to remember is we clear these, which means if they're in our way, we're going to clear the poles out of our way. But if they're not in our way, then we're not going to touch them. This pole was not in your way. It should have been, but it wasn't. So therefore, we got to forget about it. Using the inside hand here just to knock it down, and you reached over, it caused you to lean in and all that going on, right? So, I mean, you basically went straight at this thing and wide of it, and then reached over, leaned in, and all this happened. Now, another thing we got to do is, what do we do in ski racing? We got to look ahead. Where are you looking, dude? This was the second run I filmed, so you obviously, knew I was there. No reason to look at the coach, right? Let's look ahead. Again, pretty good line. A little bit on the inside ski. You can see divergence, a scissoring, but you're bringing turn shape back to the pole, right? Like to see a little more just ankles and knees and not all that hip, right? You kind of have all this, right? Like to see more ankles and knees here and a little more like that, because we talk about having level shoulders, but we really also have to have, level hips. Level hips means level shoulders. So we talk about raising inside shoulder, but maybe we should talk to you about like raising inside hip, and that's something we'll work on this weekend. Again, just like pushing a pole down, but We're just starting out, so that's okay. No big deal. But now you see it, right? So, a little more ankles and knees, right? Try to get, besides level shoulders, level hips, raise inside hip, inside shoulder. It's connected. We talk about raising inside hip, shoulder a lot, but let's try maybe the hip. And when we in those toe gates, let's not push him down. We need to block/clear and immediately plant the pole.